Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. I'm Susan from Tiara Lace Crochet, and today I'd like to share with you how to crochet this beautiful delicate lace edging. This is done using quite a fine thread and a small hook. However, today I will be demonstrating using a size 10 crochet thread and a 1.5 using a 1.5 millimeter hook. You're going to also need a little needle and a pair of scissors, and this is what the motif looks like using the size 10 thread. So we're going to crochet the motifs, and as we go, join on where the picot loops are here. Right, let's get started. To begin, pop a slip knot on your hook and then chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then to make a ring, work into the first chain you made and do a slip stitch. And there's your 6 chain ring. Next, we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and work a double crochet into the ring and also over the tail. Now you've made your first 3 chain loop. This first 3 chains here will count as a double crochet, and we need a total of 7 loops in all for this round. Chain 3 and work a double crochet again into the ring. Chain 3 and work a double crochet again into the ring. And you repeat this until you have a total of 7 3 chain spaces. So go ahead and I'll meet you once you're ready to join with a slip stitch. So here we've already done 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3 chain loops or spaces, and to make our 7th we simply chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and do a slip stitch into the 3rd of your 3 starting chains. Next we're going to chain 1, this is for round 2, and single crochet into the next space, and then work 3 double crochets into the same space. And you're going to repeat this in each space around. You've done 3 double crochets. Now work your single crochet. And that's your first flower petal. And once more, a single crochet into the next space and 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, you may find you need to just nudge these stitches across, and then a single. So repeat this all the way around in each petal, and I'll meet you when you reach here. This is how it's looking now. So just finished the last petal with the single crochet 3 doubles and a single, and to finish off we're going to start actually straight off with round 2. 3. So we're going to make some 8 chain loops, but at the back of these little petals. And to do that, we need to work from the back of the stitch, like so. And just insert your hook in that top 3rd chain here of row 1 or round 1. And slip stitch through there, like so. Next, we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here's the next tricky bit. We find the double crochet, which is here in our first round, and the top of the double crochet stitch is nestled between these 2 single crochets here. What we need to do is insert our hook in between there and just find that double crochet, go into the top of the stitch, yarn over, pull through and complete a slip stitch. And now we're ready to work our next 8 chains. 1, 2, 3. I'll catch up with you when I've done the 8. And once again, we need to find that double crochet on our first round, nestle between the 2 single crochets just here. Bring your hook through and then aim it through the top of that stitch. Now this is how it says to do it in the vintage pattern, but I will show you an easier way too. So we'll just work another 8 chains. Oops. And I'll catch up with you to show you an easier way. There we are. So there are the completed 8 chains. So instead of fiddling around and wondering how to get through there, you can just do a back post slip stitch. So come from the back to the front, into the back again, and simply slip stitch around that post. And then chain 8 again. I'll complete those in a minute. I'll just show you that you get 2 little lines there, but you really don't notice them. And it's a lot easier than doing it the way it suggests in the pattern. But I thought I'd show you both ways. Right, so we complete the 8 chains. And then you just go ahead and work a back post slip stitch. And then again your 8 chains, and you repeat this all the way round, and I'll catch up with you when you get to the end of the round. So now I've finished the last 8 chains and we're back at the beginning. All you need to do really is do a slip stitch where you first started. In there will be fine. We just have a little look what we've done now for round 3. So we've got our little crochet petals here. These chain loops are going to be crocheted over to make another row of petals. If we turn it over, you can see here, I think, yeah, sometimes I'll just weave this in at the beginning so it doesn't get in the way. But you can see you've got your 8 chain loops here, a total of 7. It's a good idea to count them because it's really easy to make a mistake. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lo and behold, have I made a mistake? Let's have a little look again. got one there, 2, 3, no, it's here, it's hiding, 4, 5, 6, 7, there we go. So what happens is when you don't anchor it and you just go around the post, they can slide down slightly, but once you get the single crochets and double crochets over the petals, over the chains, you'll be fine. So I've spent a little bit of time there showing you that a little more clearly. Just hopefully it will make it seem a bit less daunting. I'm just going to weave in this little thread here off camera now because I find it just gets in the way. So just give it a tiny tug and then weave it underneath. For round 4, you can fold those little petals forward and work over each loop a single crochet and 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In order to get those stitches a little neater, you would have to work a little tighter with your tension, but that's okay for today. And then we're going to do a single crochet. So as I said, in each loop work a single crochet and 7 double crochets in a single crochet, and I'll meet you when you've completed all 7 loops. So now completed the 7 outer petals, just work a slip stitch to join here, and then slip stitch up the side of this petal until you reach the 4th double crochet. And that brings you to the top or the center of the petal. So here we have a single and 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Now we're going to work some double picot loops. If I just get you the one I've already completed here. A double picot loop is simply a loop where you have 2 picots, and we're going to make 2 rounds of double picot loops. So I'll show you how to do the picot. It's actually a 5-chain picot. So let's get started. To begin, chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then in the 5th chain from your hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, work in the bottom loop of the chain a slip stitch, and there's your first picot. We're going to do exactly the same again. Chain 7, 1, 2. I always like to pop my finger on the 3rd chain because I know that's where I'm going to work it, the slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then slip stitch into the bottom loop of that chain. Don't worry if it twists a little. And then there's your second picot. Now chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to secure this picot loop with a slip stitch into the fourth of the double crochets, in other words into the center. Now in the pattern it suggests using a single crochet, but I prefer to use a slip stitch there, and we're going to repeat this all the way around over each of the petals. So once again, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, pinch the third, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then work into that third chain and slip stitch. Again, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slip stitch, and chain 2, and then find your fourth double crochet. That's your single. Then 1, 2, 3. The fourth double crochet is here. Unless I've done one too many there. Let's have a little look. Well, we'll aim for, we can eyeball this one if I've done too many. Just there, looks about like the top. And slip stitch. That's the beauty of this style of crochet. You don't have to be too exacting. But as we can see, that's the single crochet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think I did have one too many, but not to worry. And then just go ahead and do your double picot loops all the way around, like so. And this is how it's looking. And I'll catch up with you, or, well, we can meet up again when we reach here. So I've worked all the way around now, and I've completed my last couple of picots. We need to chain 2 after the last picot, and then we join where we started. Go into that very first slip stitch just there. So that's round 5 completed. Now we need to work some double picot loops starting here in the center between the 2 picots. To get our thread up to there, we just simply slip stitch as best we can. Into the chains. We've already slip stitched there. So just do some little slip stitches. Like so. Working behind or in front, it doesn't matter which. And then you can perhaps put one little slip stitch in here. Work under 2 threads where you can so it doesn't pull. Now we're ready to start with our chain 2 again. Our chain 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slip stitch in 1, 2. The 5th chain from your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then again in the 5th chain from your hook. Chain 2. This round is slightly different in that into the tips of all the petals you're now going to work a double crochet. So just into that slip stitch you made, work a double crochet. I think we'll just do that again because it's getting all tangled up, isn't it? Okay. So working in here with a double crochet. That's how it's looking. And again we're going to work 7 chains. I always say 2 and then I count 5 because I pinch the 3rd one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then into the 5th chain from your hook, a slip stitch, and it's a double picot loop, so we need another picot, just as we've done all the way along. Our next picot, 2 chains, but this time, because we're between the petals, we work between the 2 picots here, just with a slip stitch. And then you repeat your double picot loop. You repeat exactly what you've done here, your double picot loop and your double crochet into the tip of the petal. I'll show you one more time. I'll just finish this picot loop. And now we need to work a double crochet into the tip, the slip stitch that went into the tip of that petal. And then you do your double picot loop again, slip stitch in between, double picot loop and slip stitch into the tip of the petal. Sorry, you double crochet into the tip of the petal. Okay, so I'll meet you when you've completed this round. So when you've worked your way around, you've done your last double crochet here, and then your 2 picot loop, and you just come down here and slip stitch to fasten off in here. And there you've completed your first motif. So just yarn over again, pull through, snip the yarn, and pull through. There we go. So that's how you do the first motif. This is how it's looking. Now, if you were to join as you go, which is what you need to do if you're going to be working the lace, let me just pop that down there for you. You could actually use this as a little Christmas ornament. They look really nice when you pop. You could sew a few little sequins here and there, or you could use some PVA glue and some glitter, and they look lovely hanging from the tree or from the window. But we're talking about lace edging today, so what we'll do now is we'll undo this, because I've already got 2 motifs here, but this is how you'd always start with 1 completed motif, and then as you work your last round you're going to be joining on, and I'll show you that in a few moments. To join the motifs together, it's done on the last round of your motif. So I've just undone this back to here so I can show you how you would join on subsequent motifs. So pop my hook back in there. You can see here there is a little space between the petals just there, and then you have 2 picots just above. Now we're going to make another couple of picot loops here and here, and we're going to join them in here. I can just show you in this loop here and in this loop here, and that is either side of this tip of this petal. If I just lift it slightly, might make it a bit clearer. So you have the tip of your petal there, which has got the double crochet, and then you've got your outer double picot loop here. 1, 2, just here and here. So it's between these 2 outer picots that we're going to do a little join with a slip stitch. So we'll get on with that now, but you need to remember that you have the space between the petals where you join. Okay, so let's do just the beginning of a picot. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Into the 5th chain from your hook, slip stitch. Now, what I would suggest is just go ahead and chain 1, remove your hook, and then come down here, and you can then find the outer loop, insert your hook underneath, slip this loop back on, and then just gently bring this up now. See if it will focus. Bring that loop through between the 2 picots and do a slip stitch. And now we're going to do the next picot of this particular 2 picot loop. So we're going to count this as the second. So where we did this slip stitch here, that can count as our first loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should have said first chain. So in the 5th chain from your hook, slip stitch to make another picot, and then chain 2. So we can have a look now how that's linked that to that. So we now need to work into here with a slip stitch. Hang on, it's twisted. Make sure the little petals are at the front. So slip stitch between the first 2 picots there. Next, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slip stitch in the 5th chain from your hook, chain 1, remove your hook, and in the next 2 chain picot, we've already been into this one, it's this one here, insert your hook back in on your loop, pull through, and then work 7 chains, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then in the 5th chain from your hook, work a slip stitch. I haven't gone under 2 there. I think we need to, because I'm working through the camera, it's better if we look at it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch in there, that's it. And then chain 2. And now we're ready to do a double crochet in the slip stitch on the top of the petal. And now we're going to work our picot loop again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slip stitch, chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to join with a slip stitch where we first started, round 6. Then slip stitch or yarn over, pull through, and then just tighten. And now we'll have a look at the join. There we go. So we've now completed the motifs and joining, and next we're going to look at how to work the edging for the motif, which will be, let's have another look at the original. This top row, this consists of 3 rows. It's quite easy compared to the rest of the work you've just been doing. Okay, so I'll see you in a few minutes. We're now going to put the heading onto the lace, and between the joins you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double picot loops. So to start at the end where you don't have a join, from where you've joined here, count back 1, 2, 3, 4 picot loops, and we're going to start here in this 4th picot loop from the join. So we're going to begin by working a total of 4 chains. And then a double, sorry, not a double crochet, a treble crochet. So that's yarn over twice and back into that same loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Next, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the next loop along, work 2 double crochets. Then chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is how it's looking. This is where you started. And now in the next loop, we're going to work 2 treble crochets. So that's yarn over twice and work off 2 at a time till you just have 1 stitch left. Then yarn over twice again, work off 2, work off 2, work off 2. And that's how it's looking. Next we're going to chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we're going to join 3 points together. We're going to join here, here, and here. I'm going to have almost like an upside down Y. Now to do that, we need to yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then in the next loop, make sure we go through between the 2 picots. And work off 2 loops at a time twice. So you'll still have 3 loops on your hook. Then yarn over 3 times again. And this time, where you joined, just pop your hook in there, yarn over and pull through. But this time, work off 3 lots of 2 loops. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And this time you'll have 4 loops left on your hook. Yarn over 3 times, and in the next double picot loop on the opposite side, yarn over, pull through 2, and you just work off 2 stitches at a time until you have just 1 loop on your hook. And there you go. Next, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It's become a little twisted, that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I think it must be splitting. I just did those 3 chains again quickly. So now we're going to do 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we need our treble crochet into the next picot loop on the next motif, which is just here. Has just got caught on that picot, so yarn over twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and again yarn over twice and work off 2, 3 times until you've just got 1 loop on your hook. This is how it's looking. Now we're going to chain 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in the next picot loop, we need to work 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Now we're going to do another 7 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 treble crochets in that next picot loop. And then chain 7 and repeat exactly what we did before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that is working into joining all these loops together. So this one, and this one. So we're going to yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Find the next double picot loop, yarn over, pull through, work off 2 twice, or yarn over, pull through 2 twice, and you'll have 3 loops left on your hook. Once again, yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and find where you joined here. You can either just go in there, or you can insert your hook into the join at the top there. And this time, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2, 3 times. You'll have 4 loops on your hook. Next, yarn over 3 times and find the next picot loop along. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then work off 2 at a time until you've got just 1 stitch on your hook, or 1 loop on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, 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 and yarn over, pull through 2. And there you've linked all those 3 points together now. Chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then in the next picot loop work 2 trebles. Chain 7, and work 2 double crochets into the next picot loop. chain 7, this is how it's looking. So you've got your 2 trebles here, your 2 double crochets there, and all with 7 stitches in between. Next we're going to work 2 trebles into the next picot loop. So yarn over twice, work off 2, work off 2, work off 2. And that's the end of row 1 of the heading. And of course you'd have made more motifs depending on how long you'd like your work to be. Okay, so this is how it looks. You can see this little, it's not really an upside down Y at all. It's got 3 sections to it, the join there. Right, so now we're at this end. You don't have to snip your yarn and go back to the other side. It's okay to just chain 2, 1, 2, turn your work. In fact, we could do 3 because it's going to count as a double crochet. And we're going to double crochet into the double crochet below. Sorry, I do apologise. It's actually a treble. So we've got our 4. No, we haven't. We've done 3. Let's start again. Sorry about that. Yes, because we've just done 2 treble crochets. I'll just recheck. Yes, what we do is we do actually do double crochets now. So I was right. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Turn your work and then work a double crochet into the treble below. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then work a double crochet into this 7 chain space. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then work a double crochet into each of these 2 double crochets here. And just rewound slightly, so you've got a double crochet here, 3 chains, double crochet, 3 chains, and your first 2 double crochets here. Next, you need another double crochet in the stitch below, 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and then a double crochet in the 7 chain space. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet into these 2 stitches here, or the 2 treble crochets in the row below. Next, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, chain 3. Again, double crochet into the 7 chain space, chain 3. This is how it's looking. Now we're going to make a treble crochet into here. So yarn over twice, insert your hook into the top of that stitch and yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You make that slightly longer because it dips down where the join is between the motifs. Okay, so chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and do a double crochet in the 7 chain space. Again, chain 3 and a double crochet in the next double crochet or treble crochet in the row below. Chain 3, double crochet in the 7 chain space, chain 3, and work a double crochet in the next 2 stitches of the row below. Chain 3, double crochet in the 7 chain space, chain 3, double crochet in each of the 2 stitches in the row below, chain 3, and then a double crochet in the 7 chain space, chain 3, and now you're ready to work your treble into this 1 stitch here. Sorry, yarn over twice. Chain 3, again double crochet into your 7 chain space, chain 3, and double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches in the row below. Chain 3, double crochet in the 7 chain space, chain 3, double crochet in each of the 2 stitches, the next 2 stitches in the row below, chain 3, this is how it's looking, double crochet in the 7 chain space, chain 3, and then in your final 2 stitches can seem a little bit fiddly because you've got a chain 3 there. That's the top of your stitch there, and then in the top chain another double crochet, and now you've finished the 2nd row of the edging, and it's beginning to take shape nicely. So this is the wrong side, but we're going to turn over now, and on the right side we're going to work a series of single crochets. Got my yarn in a knot, I won't be a sec. So you can chain 1 and turn so the right side of the work is facing you, and work a single crochet in that first stitch. single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets in this 3 chain space. And then a single crochet in the next stitch, and 2 single crochets in the next. So you're going to work 2 single crochets in every space and a single crochet in each stitch in the row below. So continue with this and I'll meet you at the end. This is how it's looking. So I'm almost at the end here. To the top chain on the edge, do another single crochet, then yarn over, pull through, and then snip the yarn or the thread and pull through. Now, depending on how many motifs you've made, this is how it should look. So this is the completed lace. I hope you've enjoyed working this little lace edging with me, and I look forward to seeing you on future videos. In the meantime, take care and bye for now.